Wicked Witches. Having a lot of grief in my life at the moment. So I spoke to a friend on the phone yesterday and was telling her how I've been really struggling with remembering to turn up to appointments and being in communication with people. I've got like a backlog of messages of people who've rung me or texts and things that have been sent that I haven't responded to, that I'm really aware that I haven't responded to them and that I really want to, and then just trying to focus on my work and stuff as well. And I've been really scatty and I've been finding it a real struggle. And she said, I think you might be having a bit of a breakdown. Which as soon as she said it, it was one of those things that I was like, yeah, I kind of been feeling that. I've been feeling that myself. And I agree that that is what's happening a little bit. But what, like I don't feel like I've got depression, because I've been in the jaws of depression for 7 years, like 7 years ago. And I don't have depression. I mean, I probably am going to be growing towards that if this carries on for too long and I don't manage it. But yeah, this is more like I'm just a bit overwhelmed. I'm a bit overwhelmed by everything, and it's fair enough, you know. So 4 people that I know who are kind of like really, they're not my inner circle, but are like secondary circle. People I am close to that I do love, that I do care about, but kind of actually their inner circle and my inner circle overlapped. So there are people that are part of my inner circle that are being more affected by the people that I've lost, and so therefore I'm being there for them. But yeah, it's just been one after the other. It's been 4 people. So it's been a lot. So it's a lot of grief to hold a space for. And then at the same time, career just going up in a puff of smoke, and the theatre world, and all the kind of feeling of anxiety of feeling like I've got to try and like look like I'm a winner in the theatre world still, like it's all fine, I'm going to be okay, and just sort of being like, what? And the one thing that I'm able to do that I'm really enjoying doing is doing all of this work. So it feels like the right thing for me to be doing, and holding space for people doing the ceremonies and stuff. Like I've not held a ceremony for a little while. We've got them programmed in now. I'm going to be doing the Dark Moon in 2 weeks, and I feel like I can do that. But yeah, I kind of unravelled a bit recently and I couldn't do one the other day because it was when I just found out some stuff about how my friend had died that was really horrible to hear. And so yeah, it's been an interesting time, and like have a lot to be dealing with, and so does everybody. So I don't feel like, you know, in any way unusual in being in this place. So I think it's good to share, because I want people to know that they're not alone as well. If you're feeling like this is all too much, I also don't want people to think like, you know, I'm quite good at you know, because I'm doing this work, it can kind of look like, oh look, she's doing well, everything's fine, she's covered in sparkles and everything's great and da da da. Like, it's, you know, a social media world. We're like all putting on our best face and trying to look good in a kind of Instagram way. And I think it's really good to hear from people, to know that they're struggling, and that you're not alone if you're feeling like that. Yeah, finding things really difficult. I'm going to do this pilgrimage in it's not even that far away, in mid-August. I'm going, and that feels like that's the right thing to do. It feels like that's what I need to do. I'm a Capricorn, so I need to be doing something. I can't just like pilgrimage is perfect because it gives me something to do. It's like, I'm even, in terms of being a goat, I'm literally going to be like walking non-stop, like up mountains and things, and being like satisfying my goaty ways, whilst at the same time being like meditative and not really doing anything. And I'm going to be unplugging from the internet. I will be doing updates and stuff. I'm going to record the podcasts, Adventures in She, while I'm on the road. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing the podcast while I'm on the road, and I'm going to be holding ceremonies. So I'm going to be stopping in places with internet for when there's Wi-Fi, and holding ceremonies online, or someone else will be doing it if I'm not able to do that. So that all feels exciting, and that feels like it's doable. But I'm really looking forward to meditatively walking at a gentle speed. I'm only planning to do 10 miles a day and walk for 7 weeks, and walk from one end of Britain to the other. And that feels like this sort of breakdownness that I'm in amongst feels like that's the way to manage it. Like, it feels like that's the right thing to do. So I don't feel in any way scared or anxious about the fact that I'm having this meltdown. It feels like I'm doing all the right things for it. But yeah, just thought I'd share that with you. I hope you're all well. Being an artist right now is really hard. You know, like, just the feelings of, like, in the grand scheme of things, feeling like it could seem superfluous or like it's not important, but actually knowing how important it is. You need to have artists and the arts and culture for us to, like, the example that I think of is I once worked with a company called DAC Theatre, which means breath theatre, and they created this whole theatre technique that was incredible, that you did in silence. And the reason why they created the technique was because they were in Bosnia. They're a Bosnian company, and outside there were people with guns shooting and killing people. They were in mortal danger at all times. But every day they went to this studio that they had, the studio space, and they swept it, and they did it in silence. And the sweeping was almost like became like a martial art, and it was their warm up. And they did it all in silence so that no one would hear them and know they were there. And then they did this whole theatre technique in silence, and it was amazing. It was so amazing. I did a workshop with them, and it was incredible. And they said that turning up each day and doing that work stopped them feeling like animals when they were surrounded by people behaving like animals. And you know, the arts and culture is what separates us from the animals. Animals don't have art and culture, and there's many more layers to it than that. But it's just this thing of, like, it's so important when times are hard for there to be art and culture. And yeah, it's just it feels really difficult at the moment to be an artist, and scary, and but there are so many things to be worried about right now. But you know, it's life. This too shall pass. So yeah, I hope you're all well, and I hope you're all safe. Lots of love.